Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Fruity Clouds here again with another premium juice review. Today, we're going to look at a humble juice. Vape the Rainbow. Lots and lots and lots of sweets. I got this juice from intaste.de. It's a fantastic website. If you want to order internationally, please contact Maria with a IJA at the end, and she will help you set up an account. You have to send her a copy of your passport and then she'll help you with that. Okay, this juice cost me €24.99 in euros, and it's available in 0, 3 and 6 milligrams, and for a whopping 120 mils of juice. And it's an 80-20 juice, and I gotta be honest, I first got this juice and I was underwhelmed. I was quite upset. I thought, my God, this tastes horrifying. But it's not. I had to come back to it. 2 or 3 days later, I tried it again, and wow, yeah, you know, I haven't been able to put it down. I've killed about 20 mils of this juice already. It's very enigmatic. It took me a while to get used to it, to get to enjoy it. But I'll tell you something. This is actually a very enjoyable juice. Okay, let me read you a little bit from what they say on the website before we carry on any further. It says, Vape the Rainbow knows how to stand out from a crowd. A colourful yellow and cloudy rainbow sorbet mix with fruit-flavoured candies and might be the sweetest juice around. Well, I'm not entirely sure about that, but it is a seriously sweet juice, and lots of sweets and lots of right back to your childhood. Getting a packet of sweets with all kinds of different things in there, bubble gums and jellied sweets and the whole thing. And this is what it's all about. This is a big bag of sweets from the sweet shop. And yeah, so before we go any further, let's have a look at the mod. I'd like to introduce my R200. New mod for today. Very new, very interesting. 2 18650 batteries in it. I've got the Baby Beast tank on top yet again. I have the Q2 coil in here, 0.4 ohms, and I'm running it at just over 70 watts at the moment. So we're going to do the normal thing. We're going to do a smell test, then we'll do a taste test, then we'll do a nose and throat hit, then we'll look at the vapor production, and after that we'll look at the flavour itself. And I'll give you marks out of 5 for each of those. Finally, I'll tell you if I think it's an all-day vape or not, and I'll give you my overall rating. So first of all, let's get to the bottle. Now, as you can see, I put a dripper on top of this because it comes with one of these funny little cones, but these things and the Baby Beast, they don't get on so well. The hole in the Baby Beast doesn't really allow for the juice to go inside from one of those cone tops. So I've put those to one side, I've dropped a dripper on top of it. I'll probably decant this into another smaller bottle at some stage to use it more easily. So that's the only reason that you have one of these on top. It will come with one of those cones on top that you get with things like Humble, Hustle, and Havoc. Also, I think the Just Jam juices have them as well, and quite a few others are using these. But they're not compatible with the Baby Beast. You need a dripper top or something like that to actually be able to fill these more effectively. So, I'd like to just mention about Humble. Humble are really, they've got a fantastic business plan. They're producing premium juices, budget prices, quality juices. You have the Humble range at 120 mils, then you have the Hustle range. I have one over here, one of my all-time favourites over here, which is Dreamer, which is made by Hustle. Which is another part of the Humble group, and that is a blueberry and raspberry cotton candy or candy floss or whatever you want to call it. Fantastic! I'll be doing a review on that pretty shortly. And they have the Havoc range, which come in 160 ml bottle, 180 ml bottles. So large bottles of juice. Reasonable prices from like $17.99 or euros all the way through to about $37 for the big bottles, or 37 euros for the big bowls here of the Havoc range of juices. So really a niche in the market they're taking over. It's a lot cheaper than a lot of the other premium juices you can see that I've got next to me. This bottle came in, as I said, $24.99. That's for 120 mils. That is pretty impressive. Okay, so juice. Let's do a smell test, a taste test, and a nose and throat test. Let's do a smell test first of all. Do you know what? Artificial bubble gum. You know those little bubble gums you get in a strip and you click them out and you can't stop eating them because when you're like 11, that's exactly what these taste like. That's exactly what this smells like. Yeah, I can't. It says artificial and natural flavours. I can't smell a single natural flavour in there. And guess what? I don't care because that's exactly what I'm looking for. All right. So for the smell test, I'll give it a 3.5. A taste test. Will that bubblegum translate into the actual flavour, or is it just part of the smell? Right at the beginning, you start to get this bubblegum pear drops kind of flavour coming through. But after that, you get these sherbet, these fruit jellies, these jelly babies, jelly bears, whatever you want to call them. All this pile of sweets that come together, all of this flavour, all in one. And a sourness and a sweetness, and I think it's really quite interesting. It's like, you know, like a bag of sweets you have. You go into a shop and you get one of this and one of that and one of the next thing. That's exactly what you feel like you're getting when you taste that. So, okay, I'll give that a 3.5. Now, next, I want to do a nose and throat hit. I expect it to be pretty good because it's a 80-20 and it's a quality juice. So, let's have a go. Nothing. It's really good. Fantastic. Throat hit, absolutely nothing. It's a 3 milligram I'm using here, so a 3 milligram nicotine, so I don't expect to have anything. 80-20 VGPG, so I don't expect anything. I don't know about the 6 milligram. Maybe some of you guys know more about that. I expect that's got a bit more of a tingle on the throat and in the nose. Let's have a look at the nose here. Absolutely clean. Absolutely fantastically clean. I think that's really good. I'll give that a 4. Totally 4. Because there's no feeling of... Excuse me a moment. There we go. There's no feeling of anything coming through there. It's absolutely no burning sensation, no irritation, no discomfort. That is a good hit. And it's very, very good. Okay. So finally what we're going to do is we're going to look at the flavour here. We're going to have a couple of hits. I'm going to do a... through the mouth and exhale, and through the nose and exhale. Exhale through the nose as well, because you get different flavour profiles through the nose than you do through the mouth. On the inhale, you do pick up the bubble gum, but on the exhale, you pick up all those other fruit jellies and all those other flavours that you couldn't pick up before, that you don't really pick up in the taste test or the smell test. As I exhale, I taste sherbets and I taste fruit jellies, and there is a hint of the bubble gum coming over the top, but it's not overpowering, and I think that's really, really important. Okay, have a nose exhale. Through the nose you really pick up the fruit jelly flavours and the taste, like that oranges and lemons and a little apple, but the fake flavours. You know, what you want as a kid is a sweet. You know, it takes you back to your childhood. It really is that type of flavour. Okay, so lots of sweet. But the one thing I really want to mention about this is, even though they claim it on the website to be the sweetest juice around, this is not. This is actually a very well balanced juice. It doesn't have an over sweetness to it that you would expect with such a strongly sweet juice. And that leads me to my next point. Before I tell you that, I'd like to give you my flavour rating. It's a 3.8. I think that's a really tasty juice, and I think that's really good. Even though I hated it when I started it, I thought, oh my god, I've got a total rubbish, what am I going to do with it? Came back 2 or 3 days later, I can't put it down. I put it in my dripper. I got myself a mutation dripper recently, arrived in the post. Put it in there. What's really great, you put it on the dripper, you put it in here, and it doesn't leave a flavour in the coils after the tank's finished. when you put the next juice in, the next flavour, the next thing you want to try, you don't have to taste it all the time. Not like when you have something that's got biscuits or toast in it. When that toast carries on for hours and hours and hours in your coil, and that's just a nightmare. So you have to change the thing, or you have to use another tank. This you don't have to. It can easily be swapped out. So that's a real plus for this juice. Okay. Is this an all-day vape? Strangely enough, yes it is. I've dripped it. I have put it in my tanks. I think it's a fantastic juice. I would recommend this to anybody. It's great fun. It's a lot of fun, and I think that's really what makes this such a good juice. It's fun to vape. Okay, my overall rating for it is a 3.7. The smell test and the taste test, 3.5. The nose, the vapor production and the flavour, closer to 4. So halfway between the two, a 3.7. I think that's a really good score for this juice, especially for what we call a budget premium juice. 120 mils. Is it value for money? My God, is this value for money? 120 mils for 24 euros. 19.99 will buy you 30 euros of most of the other premium juices. This is value for money. Well worth getting. All right. Will I buy it again? Almost definitely. I'm hooked now. It took me a while. It's a little like caviar or whiskey or something like this. The first time, like that. It's horrible. No, but this time, once you had it a few times, oh, it's fantastic. You start to pick it up. You start to enjoy it. You start to appreciate it. This is the whiskey caviar of the vaping world. Well, maybe not, but you get the idea. Okay, in conclusion, first impressions, I really absolutely hated it. I thought this was the worst thing. I wasted my money. I went, oh my God, what am I going to do with 120 mils of this rubbish? I came back to it a few days later and it became one of my favourites. You taste the bubble gums, you taste the sweets, you taste the sherbets, you taste the jellies. It is a good juice. And what's more, it's an all-day vape. You can smoke it all day. You can vape it here, you can vape it there. If you put it in your tank, it doesn't mess up your coils. Fantastic. Well worth getting. So ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, this is a great juice. Well worth trying. Try it out. If you don't know the Humble ranges, go find yourself a bottle. Go try the one that suits you best. I really enjoyed this. Hustle as well. And Havoc. They've got great juices. Give them a go. Premium juices at budget prices and in large quantities. Well worth trying. Alright, in conclusion, well, I gave it to you. Buy it. Okay, the final thing I want to tell you is follow me here on YouTube. Like me if you like this review. Subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you love it. Tell me if you hate it. Tell me if you love me. Tell me if you hate me. I don't really care. I just want to tell you what I think. I'm getting out there and you guys do what you do with it. Instagram, I just got through 400 likes on Instagram, 400 followers on Instagram. Fruity Clouds, all one word. Check me out there. Lots of different pictures from all over Hamburg and of interesting machines and all the different things that I'm doing here in the vaping world in Hamburg. Follow me on Facebook as well. You can find me there very easily. Look me up, Fruity Clouds. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, vaping, it's a way of life.